but we have Coach Guerrieri fresh off a 4-0 win against Rice. Big week lies ahead. Friday night, play Kentucky, SEC opener. Kentucky's 6-0-1, so they're coming in pretty hot. And then we got Texas Southern on Sunday. So start with a comment from Coach.
Yeah, we're coming off of a solid week, two wins in a row, 12 goals this past week. So this time last week we were talking about creating a lot of chances and needing to finish those chances. Now we're coming off of a week of creating a lot of chances and finishing a lot of chances. Last night's game down in Houston, 4 different goal scorers. So pleased with the attitude of the players, knowing that in all of our games that we were in a position to win those games, to put those games away, and just the fortitude of themselves to be able to do it. We feel like we know ourselves a lot better. We've gotten better and better and better as the season's gone on. So obviously with the SEC starting this Friday night for us, playing against really the hottest team in the league in Kentucky. They have the highest winning percentage, more than a 900 clip going through their non-conference portion of the season. Is something that we've got to be really good in the way that we play. They're a team that has been scoring goals. They're coming off of a really solid road win at Iowa State yesterday. So we're excited to make it happen at home. We're back to 500. We've played one of the tougher schedules of the league in the non-conference, and excited to have the opportunity to prove ourselves against the hottest team in the league right now. So happy to open it up to questions.
We have Tyler in the back row.
Yeah, Coach. Seeing the goals finally go in, this past week, how much does that just do confidence-wise for this team? Do you feel like you guys are in, where you want to be heading into conference?
Well, I think confidence-wise, it's obviously a huge boost for the players, because you could see in both games, we scored in the 3rd minute of the game on Thursday. We scored in the 3rd minute yesterday, and it's reinforcement to what we've been talking about. In both instances, it's us being able to get the ball behind the opponent's defense. It's just reinforcement of the ideas that we've been going over and over and over in training, talking about how we wanted to organize the other team's penalty area and be as dangerous as we possibly could. So, I'm pleased for the players, because they didn't let outside noise get to them, because we've been good enough to do it, and they went out and proved that they could do it.
We'll stay in the back row.
Coach, how much, and I know you had to get through last week, but how much do you sense the girls have been looking forward to SEC play, just as a chance to reset and kind of show, like, we've played better, we've been better than our record's been showing?
Well, they've been, the good news is they've played in some big games. They just haven't really put their foot on the throat and finished people off. They've played in big matches, and this is our opportunity now to play in another big match and try to actually take care of it all the way through the 90 minutes. One of the themes that we've kind of come through this in our learning has been, now we've got to have that concentration all the way through. We talked about that we've given up a winning goal to Florida State, the number 2 team in the country, with just a couple minutes to go in the match, and the same thing late in the game against another top 25 team in TCU. So now in the last 2 games, we've been able to score in the first and last 5 minutes of matches. We've been able to kind of turn the tide on that. Can we go ahead and do that against an SEC foe, against a really hot, undefeated SEC foe when Kentucky comes in on Friday night? And they're excited. They're obviously looking forward to doing it at home on a Friday night, night before a home football game, night that there's going to be a midnight yell practice right after our match. There's a lot of things that are set up really well for us in the way that the evening sets up. It's a great occasion. It's a weekend that we've got a Friday soccer game, a Saturday football game, and a Sunday soccer game. This is the way that a lot of big crowds have been set up for us in the past, and it's something that the players are really excited about.
Go third row to your left.
Coach, you had 4 different goal scorers last night, and I think 6 versus Grambling. How good is it to see the scoring from like a wider range of players as opposed to just a few at a time?
Well, first off, the second part of the question is it's good to see some of our quote goal scorers being able to get out. So Miley Hayes being able to score last night, in the run of play was a big relief. You could see the kind of the pressure coming off of her shoulders because she's gotten herself into a position to score a lot. She's just hit the goalkeeper quite a few times, or hit the post, or hit players on the goal line. So for her to be able to finally put one away in the flow of the game was a big relief for her. Mia Pante being able to assist a goal last night was a big relief for her. But Jasmine Wilkinson had a great game last night. She scored 3 goals over the weekend. Micaiah McDonald scoring again has been awesome. But then, to see Sid Becerra, to see so many players getting in on the scoring has been neat. It just shows the depth of the team, the quality of the team, and the fact that you can't just key on 1 or 2 of those players. That we have enough players that can come in. And Kate Colvin has only played in 2 games so far this season. She scored in both games, so that's a nice boost to our roster as well.
And do you think this boost in scoring, is that due to any change in strategy or positioning, or just kind of the players coming together and really kind of putting what's going on in practice into action?
Well, it's the only difference in personnel is just Kate Colvin coming back from injury, but other than that, it's just the fact of what training has pulled off, and the ability to take the concepts of training and putting it into play as far as what we're doing in games. And I think Seth Taylor and Alyssa Motts and Phil Stevenson have done so much in getting that tempo and getting that training ideas and getting the understanding of how dangerous we want to be and how active we have to be in what we're going to do and how we have to recycle is kind of finally starting to transform into not just into theory but into practicum for the players.
Righty, if you need a note, 9 of the 12 goals were scored by the bench this week, so you put that in, whatever you need.
Yeah, however you want to define the bench. I mean, we've got it's a very fluid lineup, and it's a team that is deep in a lot of different ways. And with us having 2 games this weekend, I think you'll see a lot of different lineup looks for us. Radio show on Tuesday night. You get a chance to see a couple of the girls out at the show, and again with this being the start of the SEC portion of the season, 7 o'clock kickoff on Friday night. The season for the rest of the SEC will kick off on Thursday night, but our game being prime time on a Friday night, we're excited about getting another huge crowd out at Ellis Field.
All righty, thanks, and gig 'em.